Today I will show you how to make this crazy color correction. Yo, it's Povikas here, and let's begin. Alright guys, so the first thing you want to do is press Ctrl Y to make a new adjustment layer, and the first effect I like to add here is Sharpen. You don't need this effect if you don't want your colors to pop out a bit more, and you can set this very much differently than I will, but I will set it to 28. For darker clips, you might actually want to make this 28 or a bit even higher, but for brighter clips, you might actually want to make this sometimes to even 15 or even lower. But yeah, now let's make it 28. It just sharpens the clips up a bit much, look before and after. As you see, there's this blur gone, no more of that little blur. And now let's add S-Film effect. This is a very underrated effect in my opinion. Here I like to go to Kodak, and here are different modes, so you can pick whatever you want. But I like to pick Kodak 5279 just for this specific color correction. Now you can pick whatever you want, and I like to keep the print film what it is, but you really should mess around here a lot. You'll get a crazy film look by just using this. And you can also change around the input gamma to make it a bit darker. I don't even know how to say it, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep the input gamma as this, and I'm not gonna change anything here. Now let's add a classic effect for a color correction, which is curves. Usually you just make one point here, and make this point go a bit down to make it kind of darker, and this one to just make it a bit brighter. And now I can add grain. Because we're making sort of a cinematic color correction, kind of want to have some noise or grain, so I'm just gonna add grain. And here let's go to viewing mode and make it to final output, and I like to make the intensity a bit higher to 1.2 to get a bit more grain, and the size I'm gonna make it lower to make it smaller grain. Now we're going to add one of my favorite color correction plugins, which is Dehancer. I have the version 2.1. This is just amazing for color corrections. Now at the start you're like, okay, that did not make it that good. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it. Now you should really have this plugin, guys, by the way. And we can go to film, and here I like to change the profile. Now there's a lot of profiles, and this can depend on which camera you filmed on, so I actually like to set it a bit differently, which is Fuji Chrome Velvia 50. I don't know if I said that correctly, and press on it. Now that instantly looks crazy. Now we just need to make a couple of more tweaks, and now we can go to halation and turn on the enable mode. As you can see, this gives us this crazy halation, I don't know, this little glow that you can see in a lot of color corrections in professional videos. And yeah, really mess around with the settings here. I'm just gonna keep it normal for this video, but in the upcoming videos I might change it a bit more if I ever do another color correction video. Another thing I like to turn on here is go to bloom and click on enabled here as well. That gives us a nice glow here, and that is already an amazing color correction. Okay, and that's it for the Dehancer. I like how it is right now, so you can already save it, but if you want we can keep adding more. So now we can add radial blur. Here I like to make the amount to 0.7. I really like having just some blur here, and then I like to add more blur, so fast box blur. And here I like to make the blur radius tiny to 0.2. Just gotta get a little bit more blur, And another optional effect I like to add here is levels. I still want to make it a bit darker, so here I like to make the input black to 20.4. And now, since this is kind of dark, this is an optional effect, guys, but I like to add here deep glow. Now this is another plugin that you should probably have, and at the start whoa, that is a lot, so that's why I like to make the exposure to 0.06. Very tiny, but look before and after. You see, that looks amazing. But one more thing, I like to go to input, and here I like to make the threshold to 45%. And the last effect I like to add here for an artistic touch is cceffect. Now we can keep it at normal settings, but I like to make it way lower than this, so I like to make the amount to 28. And that's it. This just gives a bit darker edges, as you can see. I feel like you should really save this as a preset, so we can go to one of the effects, press Ctrl A, go to animation, save animation preset, and here you can call it bestcc. I don't know how you want to call it. I really like using this CC a lot. And if you guys want more of these color correction tutorials, then please let me know. I would also like to recommend you guys to check out my povikas.com website, where I sell video editing assets such as presets and overlays. Most of the packs are just basically drag and drop presets in After Effects. So for example, the Opium presets pack or the Flicker presets pack. These are amazing presets, so I would really recommend to check out the website if you want to level up your editing game to the next level. But yeah guys, that's about it for the video. If you have any questions, then please let me know. But anyways, it was fun. Have a fun and productive day. See ya.